drinking Minute Maid Light.
Minute Maid with all those calories?
Oh no, it's Minute Maid Light with only 5 calories.
Get out of here.
I'm telling you, it's got 95% fewer calories than other types of lemonade.
Is it refreshing?
But so delicious.
So, hey Tyson, it's Scott.
Hey Scott.
How you doing, man?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good. Usually only see you on the road. Tyson and I only live, 2.5 hours apart from each other, but usually run into each other in California or New York or somewhere like that.
So we, yeah. So we literally, Toby and I ran into him in California, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing about that, so, when I first started at Master's Choice, you and I did a lot of meetings together, and there was always a funny banter that would go back and forth about sorghum versus corn and, choosing one over the other and, a lot of joking and stuff that went on. But really, the two can work really well together in some aspects. So how are you guys... What are you seeing in that respect to a lot of, let's kind of focus more on the dairy side here, but how are you seeing that work as far as the two working together?
Well, yeah, and you're exactly right. Corn and sorghum have a lot of parity. What we're seeing is, where we can get by and do well is maybe not on that corn acre, but you still want to have a silage type product. We don't want to take away from the corn acres because obviously there's some acres that definitely need to be corn, and they definitely the grower manages for that. Where I see sorghum coming in is, as we get into some tougher economic times or even in a tougher ground situation, your inputs aren't going to be as great on that, and we can get in there and give the same amount of tonnage and feed quality with a lower input product, and especially if you're going for that marginal acre too.
So marginal acre, as in, we talk. I think sometimes we throw that term tougher around or marginal acre, but you're talking about maybe something that's a little bit more droughty. And what other kind of characteristics would you say that would be?
Yeah, definitely a droughty. If you look at a sorghum plant, it's going to handle the heat a lot differently than, say, corn. Where corn maybe would shut off about 85 degrees and kind of just shut down, and potentially, if we keep in a drought situation, it could potentially, be greatly reduced in yield and some of the quality. Where sorghum is kind of unique in that it can kind of almost just go dormant for a little while it don't have rain and some of the other things it needs. So if you're putting it in a droughty spot or you're anticipating a droughty year, it's a crop that can actually or will actually extend maturity in some cases, just because it will go into a dormant type stage when it is not getting the rainfall and some of the things that it needs to keep growing in it. And then when it does get that, it will kind of bounce back into, say, production mode and grow and fill out the head at that point.
Makes sense. So I've been on a few farms this year, and I know this isn't a big piece, I'm sure, but I thought it was interesting concept the first time I heard it is guys who will maybe put corn in the pivot area and then plant sorghums in the corners, or maybe where the pivot gun doesn't reach or something like that. Is that becoming more common? And it seems like a pretty smart idea.
Well, we see that in a lot of areas, and just there again, it kind of goes back to, where the water is pretty prevalent, that's probably your corn area. And where it's going to be droughty and pretty rough, that could definitely be a great fit for sorghum.